Morning Huddle.
Game 3, Battle of Ontario, tonight in the nation's capital. Leafs up 2-0, so we'll see what the Senators can do.
It's going to be dramatic in your household because you've got
big time.
Yeah,
yes, there is a divide, so it's always fun watching it with them and the in-laws in Ottawa. So we'll see what happens tonight when puck drops there. We had some action, Canadian action, 2 Canadian teams on the ice last night. Caryn, let's get to DC, where Montreal was hoping to tie their series with Ovi and the Capitals, who won Game 1 in overtime, if you recall. Despite the Habs getting on the board first, it was the Caps who took over in the second. They scored 2 goals in a short amount of time. Connor McMichael, Dylan Strome lit the lamp just over a minute apart. Montreal did everything they could to get back into this series. But the Capitals goalie, his name is Logan Thompson. He was fabulous, making 25 saves on the night.
Are they playing in Washington right now?
They're playing in Washington,
okay.
Yeah. So Washington would add an empty netter. They win it 3-1, so they go up 2-0 in this series. So now it goes back to Montreal. So they play in Montreal on Friday night. The place is going to be packed with Habs fans. First time the building will be packed since 2017, because they did make a cup final run in 2021, but that was during the pandemic, and there was restrictions, so you could only have like 3,500 fans there. So that is.
They were doing like the cardboard cutouts.
Yeah. So the place is going to be packed on Friday night, trying to get Montreal back into the series. All right, let's go to LA, where the return of the Harmonica Queens. They were back. If you missed it on when was that? I guess it was Tuesday morning.
Yep.
We showed you the Koreatown Harmonica Group perform the anthem, much to the delight of the crowd, and they brought them back, sporting Kings jerseys this time around. Much to the delight of the fans who were singing along.
Well, now we have to have them, they have to have them every time they have a home game now.
Well, because here's the thing. The Kings won again. They won Game 1. They won Game 2. So I think the Harmonica Queens are going to have to be back anytime the Kings play at home. The fun didn't stop there for Kings fans, because they dominated the Oilers. This time they scored 6 goals in game number 1. Remember, there was that dramatic comeback that the Oilers had in that game where they would tie it at 5, and then LA scored late. No comeback this time around. So Edmonton goalie Stuart Skinner was actually chased from the game after giving 5 goals. So LA, they take a 2-0 lead in this series, winning it 6-2. So the series now shifts to Edmonton, where the Oilers desperately need to get away from the Harmonica Queens and regroup and see what they can do in front of their hometown fans.
Do you think, though, very quickly, when you shift to your home city, you have better chances of winning better?
There's a saying out there, a series really doesn't start until you lose at home. You know what I mean? Because then if they lose at home and they go down 3-0, we talked about that. It's really hard to come back from 3-0 down. So the series isn't over yet. You got to play in front of your home fans and see what happens. Just a reminder that you can watch every single game of the Stanley Cup playoffs on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Plus. We got to check in on the Blue Jays. We haven't talked to them in a little bit. They're having some woes right now. We got a problem, and it's in Houston, and that's the Jays' offense. It's totally dried up. They tried to avoid a 5th straight loss after trying to not get swept by the Astros, but they fell behind 3-0 early. George Springer would bring a little spark to the offense, bringing home Vladdy in the 4th, but that's the only run that they would score. They only scored 3 runs in the 3-game series. They only had 9 hits. They fall to 12-13 on the year. They have a day off today. Let's regroup for them, too. And they head to the Bronx for a date with those New York Yankees this weekend. So the first time that they're playing the Bronx Bombers. So we'll keep an eye on that. But
okay.
Exciting night with the Battle of Ontario. Back game number 3. We'll have that for you tomorrow on Morning Huddle. Thanks for waking up with BT.